guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Wednesday, it's the middle of the week and I had to put some money on my gas. I was using emergency credit. I have a card which I have to take into a Payzone outlet. A Payzone outlet can be a newsagent, an off-licence, a post office, that you can go and pay your bills, etc. But it has to be Payzone, not pay point, Payzone. So I also had 4 reserves on one of my library books, so I had to take the library book back before the 2nd of May. And of course we've got the Sweeps Festival in Rochester High Street, and we've got the coronation coming up, and we've got a bank holiday, so I needed to get that book back. There were 4 reserves on it. So I first of all went along to Hayden's Chemist, which is also a post office, which unfortunately I think is due to be closed down soon. And it's very handy for people in Rochester to have a post office, and it has always been inside the chemist. Way back when I came to Chatham in 2008, and my father used to take me down Rochester, Derek did, he used to take me down Rochester High Street to the charity shops where he would try and look for something for Jennifer, who was his wife. So basically, it would be sad if the post office does go, because the nearest post office is in Strood or Chatham, and for elderly people it's quite difficult to get out. So it would be very, very sad if the post office closes down after all these years. So I went into the post office, waited in a queue. There was a lady in front of me with a phone hanging outside her back pocket. I don't advise people to carry things in their back pockets because there are pickpockets and thieves about. It's not something I would do outside. So basically I waited. There was just one person in front of me, a lady, one person behind me, another lady. Then I got served pretty quickly, put my gas on, and there was a lady in a wheelchair called Jennifer. So there was an old lady in a mobility scooter, like, wheelchair, called Jennifer. And how do I know that? Because the chap said, "Here you are, Jennifer," to the lady in the wheelchair. And my name isn't Jennifer, is it? It's Crystal. My mum's name is Jennifer. Walked out of the post office and I went straight into Rochester Library. And as I've said, I used to write in my diaries about Chatham Library and the dark-haired lady. Way back in 2015, 16, 17. So she's getting older now, that long-haired dark lady, and I know she lives in Gillingham. She's still working for the library. So she never has a smile on her face. She sits behind the desk and is nonchalant, and she doesn't smile. So it's difficult to see. It's like you're in front of a schoolmistress waiting to be told off. So I handed my books in, and she didn't even acknowledge I existed. Fair enough. Walked straight in. After I returned my books, I walked into the library area. There were some blind and deaf people sat at a desk, studying and talking, and I just collected some books. I first of all, I had a reservation, Marcy, it says, C. Marshall, Marcy, borrower notified by email. I wanted The People's Princess by Flora Harding. A secret diary will give her hope. 2 princesses 200 years apart, destined to change the monarchy forever. Buckingham Palace, 1981. For Lady Diana Spencer, her engagement to Prince Charles feels like a dream come true, but marrying the heir to the throne of England is not all that it seems. Bored and alone in the palace, she discovers a diary written in the 1800s belonging to Princess Charlotte of Wales, a young woman born into a gilded cage like herself. What Diana discovers is a story not unlike her own, a story of love, loyalty and limelight where both women's popularity with the public often overshadows the men by their sides. So I'm going to read this book. You can reserve books online. You can go into the Medway Council website and look for Medway Library Services and input your card number and your pass number, and you can reserve books online. You can renew books online from it. You don't even have to go into the library. So I went into the library to get my reservation and to return a book that had 4 reserves on it. I also got A History of Torture in Britain by Simon Webb. So Simon Webb wrote this. The first book ever devoted solely to torture as practice in Britain and its empire. Explains the legal and historical background to the use of pain, both in interrogation and as punishment. How many times have I told people that loud noises hurt my face? Drilling, banging, screaming, shouting, loud noises hurt my face. I walked straight across the road and there was drilling coming from the corner of the road, drilling. There was builders outside the cathedral making noises. That is you know what I mean? Purposely harming someone is torture, isn't it? We've also got instant psychology. Everything you need to know about psychology explains in a flash. Visual illusions, being asleep, groupthink, midlife crisis, stress, subliminal perception, Sigmund Freud, addiction. So that's interesting. And we've had this book out before, guys, and we've got it out again. Cognitive Behavioural Therapy for Dummies. And everybody's wondering why I'm not losing my temper, why I'm not getting angry with people, why I'm not acting like I used to do before. Because you learn that it's not good for your health. Stress kills. Hurting people ends you up in a prison cell. You want to act. I use other things to divert my anger. When I get angry, I won't get cross with somebody. I will come home, I will do a bit of boxing on my boxing thing. I might swear inside my flat by myself. I might dance and sweat it out, the anger. But you don't get angry with innocent people either. And I've noticed people do cough when they walk past me. They get to me and they go, and the women, I don't know what it's about. I don't really care. It's none of my business. But it is annoying. We've also got Gordon Ramsay's autobiography here, Humble Pie, which I'm going to have a read of. Nice photographic book of Gordon Ramsay. I love Hell's Kitchen, and especially the American one, because some Americans get upset, don't they? So I've been watching Gordon Ramsay's in America, redoing their restaurants out. He swears. So I went into the library Then I went into Rochester Cathedral, which is supposed to be a place of worship, where you go to pray, to have peace and quiet. That's what churches are for. I lit 3 candles, one for my brother Dylan, one for my sister Amanda, and one for my dad Derek, who are all dead. Right? We are not long on this planet. And I don't need the bullying and the hatred. I don't need it anymore. You can just take it with you. Take it somewhere else. I don't want it. I am not a money maker for somebody. I'm a human being. Everybody's making money out of people acting stupid and silly. Not me, I'm afraid. And I'm videotaping where I'm going. I videotaped inside a bookshop. Right? I'm not talking to myself. I'm taping and talking to the camera. I went into the Oxfam bookshop, which is a charity shop, and a bookshop combined. Very nice staff, very kind. Put my things in a bag. This one is Stoke Newington. Got a bag with Stoke Newington on it here. It's very kindly put in a bag. That's reusable. I got The Thing Called Love DVD. All I Want DVD. A book called The Second Book of General Ignorance. General Ignorance. Octopuses have 2 legs. Oranges aren't orange. Bats aren't blind. Napoleon wasn't short. Diamond isn't the hardest substance, and there is no such thing as a fish. Just some of the useless information in this book. Just how do snakes swallow things bigger than their heads? They don't. They dislocate their jaws. They stretch them. I love old books as well. I love the smell of old books. Lots of useless information which I will read later. We have a Winnie the Pooh cup. Disney Winnie the Pooh. Disney Winnie the Pooh cup. Very nice rainbow glass. Rainbow glass. £1 each those, just £1 each. And as I said to the nice bloke behind the counter, they had 3 of these and I didn't want to leave them alone, so I got 3 owl candle holders. 3 exactly the same, 3 owls. 3 owls. What happened last night was I was in the bedroom and I came out of the bedroom, sat down, and I heard like a bang, and the cats had knocked over one of my ornaments. So I've got ornament to replace it. Last of all, a cushion. I do like my cushions. And it says, sometimes you forget you're awesome, so this is your reminder. I do like my cushions, so I've got a cushion. What happens is when I get depressed, I spend money I don't have, which is naughty. Another nice bag. I get depressed, I get upset. It's called clutter to some people. It's better. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm trying to cope with it. I just want to just go out and I just want to sit on a bench. I would like to sit and relax. I would like to walk around the cathedral and just be left in peace, but it is very difficult. It is difficult just to just sit down and relax. With all the hustle and bustle of life as it is now, people rushing about, not relaxing. It's difficult, and sometimes I go out my front door and I just want to go back in. I can't handle it. I just can't handle it. I get very, very anxious in crowded situations, and at the moment Rochester High Street during the day is fairly bearable, but I do get really stressed in busy places. That's the way it goes. People don't see. I put a front on, like most people do. I put a front on, so when I go outside, I've put a front on. And it's very hard to keep going for me down Rochester High Street or Chatham for more than an hour without getting stressed and really irritable. So I just try to cope with it by myself. There are times when I've lost it. Some people lose it. I've lost it, and I've just completely got really angry with somebody. I've taken out everything that I've gone through on somebody. I know that's wrong, so I don't do it anymore. I just walk away from the situation now. I don't want a confronting situation and get angry with somebody. It's not worth it. And when I've got money, I buy things. There's no need to steal. When you've actually got money, there's no need for it. Stealing and hoarding are mental illnesses as well. And I've acknowledged that. I've worked through my demons and I'm fine. Right? But you still get to a point where life stresses you up, and I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take drugs, and you have to have an outlet for that anger, otherwise it's going to make you ill. So I have to find, I have to diffuse it, but not hold it in. So it's hard. So I went into a newsagents by Oxfam. I've got my lotto ticket for tonight, lucky dip. I got a scratch card. The nice gentleman asked me what I was looking for. I was looking for balloons, and the ones I'd got last time had gone. So we've got these ones. Then they haven't got happy birthday on, they're just ordinary balloons. So the ones that I got the other day had sold out, so I got those ones. These are party balloons, and I use them for blowing up and popping and nothing else. I got 2 cheeseburgers. I've eaten a cheeseburger for my lunch. I've got Dairy Milk Layers of Joy for dessert. 2 Milky Way bars. Fudges, 2 fudge. And as I tell you what, Rochester stank of incense. All the way down the high street, round the back of the shops, it stank of incense. I don't really use incense anymore. I use scented candles. So I got myself a clipper lighter, because I've got 3 candle holders and I've got some tea lights somewhere. So we've got a clipper lighter, and that's not for cigarettes. And we've also got a bottle of Robinson's Real Fruit Drink. So anybody that's going around thinking that I'm hungry and taunting me with all these takeaways, right, which has been ridiculous, You read this? Rustler's 2 cheeseburgers, $2.89. Used by the 9th of May. So I've had one of the burgers, see? I've eaten one of the cheeseburgers and I'm going to eat the other one this afternoon. So there's no need to order me a takeaway, okay? And I support the homeless. So I bought the Big Issue, which has gone up to £4, the Big Issue on Rochester High Street, because I was homeless once and I know what it feels like to be alone and homeless. See you later.